phone use, especially texting, has become ingrained in our society and is bringing with it negative effects. According to an article from CPCU eJournal titled What to Do About Texting and Driving, aka What to Do About the Problem of Texting While Driving, updated November 2001, an average of 1 in 5 drivers admits to texting while driving. Texting while behind the wheel is one of the most dangerous things someone can do. Today, I would like to encourage all of you to stop the irresponsible act of texting while driving and focus on the road. Let's begin with the risks associated with texting and driving. Texting while behind the wheel impairs the driver's abilities to a huge extent and also in a number of different ways, resulting in an increased risk of accident. Full concentration needs to be put into driving, and when the cell phone is put into that combination, it doesn't work out. An article from Christian Science Monitor titled Texting While Driving, The New Drunk Driving, updated November 2009, for 98% of the population, regardless of age, the likelihood of a crash while on the phone increases fourfold. Thinking quickly and also will not be able to be done, and also reflexes are compromised as well. One problem associated with texting is in order to read the text, your eyes must be taken off the road. The average person looks away from the road for 5 seconds in order to read, compose, and send a text message. When the driver's eyes are not on the road at all times, he or she will not be able to respond in situations such as a person running out in front of the vehicle, a vehicle stopping abruptly in front of them, or a sudden light change. I have ran a stop sign before while texting and driving, and although no one was hurt, I was shaken up about it, and I definitely learned my lesson. Another problem associated with texting and driving is that the driver must take at least one hand off the wheel to compose the text message. Sometimes the driver takes 2 hands off the wheel, and that is a very, very dangerous situation. Studies have been shown that driving and texting is more dangerous than drinking and driving. An article from the Journal of the Air Mobility Commands magazine titled A Message to Die For, updated January-February 2010, drivers talking or texting on their cell phones were 18% slower braking than other motorists and caused impairment on par with driving with a blood alcohol level of 0.08, which is above the legal limit. Texting and driving is a very bad habit, and it needs to be stopped with the techniques that I'm about to discuss. Texting and driving is an addiction had by many people, and it must be overcome with helpful strategies and innovative technologies. One way to stop texting and driving is to completely shut off the cell phone or silence it. If the driver cannot hear a notification of a text message, he or she will not be tempted to check it and respond to the sender. I have learned from experience that if I put my phone on silence and put it in a spot that is not easily accessible, I will not check my phone until I have reached my destination. Another way to text while on the road is to pull over to the side of the road. Some circumstances call for the driver to be available at all times such as a family member or work or any other obligation. And in this case, you need to pull over to the side of the road and come to a complete stop, and this will ensure for a safe time to convert attention from the road to the cell phone. And in order to ensure all of the risks associated with texting and driving are stopped, you need to pull over to the side of the road at a safe spot and make sure you are not obstructing traffic in any way. New technology has been developed, such as text blocker, that allows the driver to control when, where, and how they use their cell phone. According to an article from United Efficiency titled Stop Texting While Driving, updated April 2010, with Text Blocker, owners or administrators of cell phones can log into an account and disable certain cell phone functions automatically if being used while driving at particular locations and even above certain speed limits. Other technologies such as Text Blocker include Drive Safely, Key to Safe Driving, and FDI Hands-Free. By utilizing these tips and programs, all people will be safer on the road. If all teens and adults were to stop texting while behind the wheel, pedestrians, drivers, and passengers would all live in a safer world. The number of vehicle-related accidents would decrease. According to an article from Commercial Carrier Journal, this titled Distracted Driving Gets Out of Hand, updated October 2010, 16% of all fatal crashes in 2008 were caused by driver distraction. The concentration needs to be fully on the road and to allow for no mistakes to occur. Parents could feel safer sending their young drivers out on the road if drivers had their full concentration on the road at all times. Insurance rates could potentially decrease if you have a clean record, and work could be dealt with more efficiently if it was not juggled between the cell phone and the road. Work is a situation that requires full attention. I encourage all of you to make the commitment to stop texting and driving in order to ensure the safety for all drivers, pedestrians, and passengers. The number of crashes and fatalities should be reason enough for you to stop the irresponsible act. Encourage your friends, your family, and also your coworkers to stop texting and driving, and tell them the risks associated with it. All people, including drivers, passengers, and pedestrians, deserve to feel safe from the hazards associated with texting and driving.